Welcome to Basement Bar Talk with Blake, Tiarina,
and Tyler Bennett.
and now we are going on to week 2 of the NFL, and it was an exciting week 1 though.
That's exactly what I was going to say. What an amazing week 1. NFL record too. More 1-point victories than any week 1 in NFL history.
It was great watching it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But let's just get to the nitty gritty and do first. Let's say our records from the previous week.
Yeah, let's say that, please.
You went 7-9.
7-9, under 500. I'm not happy, but like I said, there was 4 1-point deficits. There was I counted 11 that were only 1 score difference out of the 16. So I guess luck just wasn't on my side.
And I went 10-6. So right now I have a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, good lead. 10-6 is really impressive for the first week.
So I'm looking to extend my lead this week, and so let's go ahead and get started. New York Jets at Buffalo Bills. Go.
You're gonna give me the first one. I
I'm getting
lost.
the first one.
All right, loser starts.
Yes, loser starts. Every week, the loser of that week starts.
All right, that's the new rule. Jets and Buffalo. I've got to go with Buffalo, even though the Jets won and Buffalo did not, and they look pretty sad against the Baltimore Ravens. I just got to believe that the Bills are aware of this now, and they're going to come out firing on their first home game.
I'm going to correct you. The Jets did not win. They lost.
See, that's why I'm 7-9.
Exactly.
I can't even get it right. You're
So-
right. They lost to Cincinnati.
Yes. It was one of those last-second games.
Yes. So
But they did lose. But it's okay. You probably just tuned it out.
So they both lost. So even more so. Yeah, Buffalo definitely won.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Jets. The Jets are going to come out with a vengeance, and really, this is the end of Rex Ryan. I mean, this is it. They're going to lose again. He's going to start 0-2.
They're going to fire him after week 2.
No,
or
they're not gonna
okay.
he's just, it's all going to be talked about. It's going to be annoying.
I mean, maybe that's why I thought too, because
I'm going Jets.
maybe that's why I'm thinking the same thing. I think
Jets it is.
he's got the pressure, so maybe Buffalo will play good for him. I don't know. I'm hoping.
So,
Next
all right. Oh, I'm going to write down a...
Oh yes. All right.
All right. So the next one, I'll take the Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. You know, this is a bitter rivalry. These are always great games to watch.
Always, yeah.
I love watching the division fight it out. It doesn't matter who they're playing. If it's Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, it doesn't matter. They're always great games. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and give the edge to the Pittsburgh Steelers. After watching them Sunday night, or after watching them Monday night, what was that?
That was Monday night. Yes.
Monday night. Wow, I'm out of it. After watching them play against the Redskins and just, defense was on fire. They were playing some really good. They got off to a rough start offensively, but man, they pulled it together for a good, convincing win. I'm going to go ahead and go with this Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cincinnati Bengals.
I definitely agree. Pittsburgh, they look great. And not that Cincinnati is not looking good, but they got a lot of injuries right now. I think that's the reason why they barely squeaked by the Jets. Lost 2 key wide receivers in free agency. I thought that showed. They really just have A.J. Green to throw to until Tyler Eifert comes back. And Pittsburgh is at home for their home opener. Those terrible towels will be roaring. I said Steelers also.
All right, now we have tuberculosis. So, Baltimore at Cleveland.
Tuberculosis.
TV.
Oh, yeah. Better do BT from now on.
That's all good. So, Baltimore at Cleveland.
Baltimore, Cleveland. This one, I guess I'm starting. This one, I was thinking about the Browns until RG3's gone. Now with him out, I can't say that they can win this game. I think it'll be close because of the atmosphere. I think the fans will keep this a competitive game. Baltimore squeaks by, maybe by field goal. I say Baltimore. So.
No, I'm not gonna lie. My bold prediction was Cleveland was gonna go 8-8. RG3's done for a minimum of 8 weeks. I know who their next quarterback is. I haven't
Count,
counted.
I guess.
They count. They're done. I think he.
End of discussion.
He's 2-11 as a starter. I mean, he's a horrible.
And he's old.
It's
very old.
bad. You gotta go Baltimore Ravens on this one. I mean, the Browns have nothing going for them right now, except to watch them fire the entire coaching staff again at the end of the year and restart. Because that's what we do every 2 years as Cleveland Browns fans, right? Anybody out there? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they got
That's
it.
what I
They
thought.
know what you're talking about.
So yep, I believe TB goes for Baltimore again.
Oh, right. TV. What you want to start doing?
Wrong side.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Now,
Boy, we're both out of it.
it's all good. So, all right, this is Dallas at Washington. I saw some promising things from the Cowboys. I'm gonna start. Yeah. Yep. So I saw some promising things from Dallas. Washington's defense put up a good start against Pittsburgh, but they just didn't follow through. Their offense could not generate what they needed to generate, and I think Dallas has a good defense to at least contend with that. I'm going to go with Dallas on this one. I think this is going to be a game we'll see Ezekiel Elliott break 100 yards, and we'll see Prescott put up some good numbers. Maybe make some more connections with Dez Bryant. He only had one catch in the Week 1 game, and probably not see Williams hit the field at all.
Well, I'm going to agree with you. This one was a tough one for me. I kind of went back and forth, but I think Cowboys are more talented, and they know they got to win. They can't go 0-2. So with that fact alone, I say Cowboys as well. Tennessee at Detroit.
Yes.
This is my start. Oh man, Lions looked really good last week. I was kind of impressed. They got off to a good start, and then they almost gave it up at the end, but held on. But I still gotta say the Titans. I think I think they just showed a little rust. I don't know what was up with them in Week 1 because the Vikings did not even score an offensive touchdown. So it was all defensive. So I think the Titans just know they got to win. And Detroit's one of those teams that's just kind of like, it could be good one week, it could be bad the next. And I'm going to go with that flow, so we're going to go with Titans win.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. I feel that last week was a good indicator of what they're looking for the season to do. They're clicking. They're playing well. You know, they're not maybe that big blasted team. Like, look at us, we're Super Bowl contenders, but they're going to play well. They're going to play consistent. Like you said, Minnesota won without an offensive touchdown against the Tennessee Titans. That tells you all you need to know about Tennessee's offense.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with Detroit winning this one.
Well.
All right, and now we're on to Kansas City versus Houston. This is a game, this is a good game. I did pick the Chiefs last week. I can't remember if I picked Houston.
You did pick Houston.
I did pick Houston. So I am torn on this one. I mean, Alex Smith is underrated in my opinion. He's a good quarterback. He's worthy of being a starter. He's probably better than a good 5 starters to 10 starters going on right now. You have Brock Osweiler, who has gotten paid and wants to continue to show why he got paid. Weapons around both of them are good. Oh man, this is a tough one. I'm torn. This is like a flip of the coin. You know what? I'm just gonna flip a coin.
Do you have a coin?
Coin flip. Heads, Kansas City. Tails, Houston.
Oh boy, he's even going a coin flip.
And it's heads, Kansas City. I picked Kansas City.
Wow.
It was literally a toss-up for me, and Kansas City takes it.
Disagree with you on that. I think Texans are a little too more talented. They're younger. They're home. The Chiefs looked. I mean, they won, but they looked terrible in the first half of that game. They were down 21-3 to San Diego, and then made a massive comeback. And Texans, I think they're pretty sharp. I just say Texans.
All right. We're at Miami at New England.
Miami, New England, is this my start?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you got to give props to Dolphins. They played great in Seattle. Almost pulled off the biggest upset of the week because Seattle was the most favored team in that week. And they almost pulled it off. I tell you, I went against the Patriots last week, again in Arizona. And up until the game, it just seemed like I had that perfect. I thought I had him on that one because he picked New England. They lost Gronk the day before. Garoppolo is his first start. They're on the road. How can they win this game? They pull it off. And after that, it's going to be so hard for me to not pick the Patriots every single week. I mean, they're just that team that you almost have to go from every week. Whether you think that they might lose, they're still probably going to win. So, and the Dolphins, they did play great. They probably have a little momentum going in this week. But it's in New England. I got the Patriots.
You know, I don't have to get as long-winded as you because we all know it's New England. That at New England, against the Dolphins team, that quite frankly played against a hobbled Russell Wilson for about 3/4 of football, and they still lost.
Yeah.
And Garoppolo is not hobbled. Bennett did a great job taking in for Gronk. I mean, this is their game to lose. I mean, it's New England's game. They got this in the bag.
Yeah. So next one is Saints and Giants.
Saints and Giants. I'm going to go with the Saints. Drew Brees will put up about the same amount that he did against Oakland, and the Giants just aren't going to be. I don't think they're going to be able to. I just don't see the Giants coming through. I mean, there's a 1-point win against the Cowboys, and really that could have gone either way, just as easily for the Giants against the Cowboys.
Same with the Saints.
Yeah, same with the Saints. So I'm going to give this one to the Saints. I think the Saints are going to go up 1-1, and then the Giants will go down to 1-1.
I agree with you on that one. I forgot to do this. We'll set that. I do agree. New Orleans, actually, watching that as an Oakland fan, I was watching that game, and the Saints looked a lot better than I thought. I think they're a lot more farther ahead than I gave them credit for. They look like they actually have some weapons. They're not quite so rebuild mode now. And Drew Brees looked great. I threw 4 touchdowns, no picks. He looked good. And the Giants are another one of those teams in that category that they could win one week, look great, and then all of a sudden, where'd they go? And you know, and even if it is in New York, I still say Drew Brees, he wants another win. That's a terrible taste in his mouth the Oakland Raiders gave him. Saints win.
All right. Now on to San Francisco at Carolina.
Interesting.
This is going to be an interesting game.
This is mine?
This is yours.
This is mine. Panthers. This is actually my eliminator pick on ESPN. I picked the Panthers to win this one for sure. They're my lock pick. The 49ers did look good. They did look good, but the Panthers, I just can't see them going 0-2 in Carolina. Not to mention that they have 4 more days rest. They play Thursday, whereas 49ers play Monday night. So a lot more rest at home. They can't go 0-2. Carolina's got it.
I'm going to completely disagree with you. They're going 0-2. San Francisco's going to go 2-0. And really, it'll be the beginning of the end of people discussing why Colin Kaepernick is a backup. Galbert is going to go out there, and he's going to put on another show. And that defense, I don't care, St. Louis, or L.A., sorry. I don't care. L.A. may not be the greatest team, but I will tell you what. Gurley, they put them in check. They just 0 points.
Yeah.
I mean, they held them in check. Not even a garbage time did they allow them to get down there and kick a field goal.
I know.
All right. I mean, that tells me what it needs to tell me right there. Their defense is on par with some of the better defenses this year. They're fine. They're going to go 2-0. They're going to take down the Panthers.
All right. Alrighty then. So we got next one is Atlanta and Oakland.
You know what? I'm gonna go. Oakland Raiders are gonna take this one. The Atlanta Falcons, they are always. I mean, Ryan's overrated. They've got some injuries now. They always seem to come in the season. Oh yeah, look it up. And what was the one year they went 8-0 and they went 0-8 and missed the playoffs? I mean, that's the Falcons for you.
Yeah. They're
an overrated team. And I'm gonna get to Oakland. Oakland's on the rise. Everybody on that team is young. I think they're one of the youngest teams playing. Next to there's a few other ones that are younger, but I mean, Oakland has got a great core of young players that they've been able to get around and propel. So Oakland Raiders are going to take this. They're going to go 2-0.
All right, and I agree. Not just as a fan, but I totally agree with everything you said. The Oakland, they're feeling good after that win. It's the first home game in Oakland. You know that Black Hole's going to go nuts. Atlanta, they have some injuries. They even said Julio Jones is a little hobbled. I don't think he'll miss it, but he might not be 100%. And that's their best player by far. So, yep, gotta give it to Oakland on that one. 2-0.
Yep. All right, next up we have Indianapolis at Denver. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts. This was actually my last one I decided on. I couldn't come up with a decision. I don't know if it was being biased because I don't like Denver and they're in my division, but I picked them. I picked Denver. The other thing was my argument was, can Andrew Luck really go 0-2 for a second year in a row? Actually, was it third year? Did he go 0-2 the year before? I can't remember.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
but
can't
I
recall.
mean, like, and I just because that's why I picked them to beat Detroit. Is like they're gonna. He knows he's gotta get going off to a good start. Can they really go 0-2 again?
You know, and on that note, I'm agreeing with you. Denver's going to win this one. I think after this year, there will be no more discussion about the Jameis Winston, Andrew Luck. Jameis Winston's going to be the better quarterback of the two. I think Luck is that, not a bust, but he's not that level that they were hoping he would be. They are going to go 1-2. You can blame the weapons around, you can blame whatever you want, but it still rests squarely on, as everybody knows, it always falls on the quarterback's shoulders. I do see Denver with their Simeon going 2-0, and people will be no longer questioning the decision to start him and not pursue somebody. It'll be like, oh, Denver made the right call. I watched his game. He put on a heck of a game for never really touching the ball during a game.
I'll just say that I wouldn't mind if I lost that one, but I think I'm going Denver. So Jacksonville at San Diego.
You know, Jacksonville at San Diego. I like Blake Bortles, not just because we share the same name.
Yeah, is that good?
I've never been a fan of Rivers, and with their key injury to Allen, which was a loss to not just the team, not just him, because he was coming back from a serious injury. I mean, that's just devastating all around. And my prayers go out for him, and hopefully for a speedy recovery, to see him back on the field, because he's an amazing wide receiver. I love watching him play.
That's a big loss.
But I'm going to go with Jacksonville on this one. I think they're going to come out. They've got the weapons. It's just time for them to actually use those weapons and score some points.
I totally agree. I was last week. I said that Jacksonville is going to be one of the surprising team. People don't give them enough credit. I thought they made some good free agent acquisitions, and they played good against Green Bay. I mean, they were right there. They had the ball. Just had a little turnover. I got to go with Jacksonville. Like I said, San Diego. They're a team that I think is going to struggle in the first half. They might have a good second half, but with Keenan Allen, who knows now? So, I mean, they're set back. Jacksonville gets their first win.
All right, now we go on to Tampa Bay at Arizona. Who are you picking and why?
Who am I picking? I got to go with Arizona. They can't lose. They're my Super Bowl pick, and some people even think the same thing. They're going to be very competitive this year. They can't lose 2 home games to start the season. Tampa Bay did good. They showed some promise in Atlanta last week, but Arizona knows they got to win, and I say Arizona.
You know, I'm going Tampa Bay, and I will tell you why in 2 seconds.
You know, if I would have picked Tampa Bay, it would have been TV.
Tuberculosis. I'm going with Tampa Bay, and I'm going to show you right now why. Week 1, Tampa Bay, and this is the guy that nobody thought of. 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Very impressive.
Jameis Winston. He's going to destroy Arizona. They couldn't contain a Gronkless, Bradyless New England Patriots.
That is true.
Tampa Bay's going to come out and put the smack
Still
down
don't
on
regret it.
them.
I really think Arizona's got it, but they have to.
No.
They can't lose 2 home games. They just can't. All right, Seattle at LA, Los Angeles.
You know, after that, I want to give LA credit in saying that there's no way
But
that
they showed up.
I mean, they were there.
They made the plane on time.
I mean, I don't know if they were really there. They were shut out, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna be surprised if they get shut out again. This is Seattle's game. I don't think Seattle will have to play as tough after watching LA not do, like I said, not even field goal. LA couldn't put up anything against San Francisco's defense that, quite frankly, isn't that good of a defense in comparison to some of the other ones, especially Seattle's defense.
Yeah.
LA, I mean, it's Seattle's game to lose. They would have to like fumble. They'd have to do some butt fumbles and just like give the game away to lose to LA.
I agree. If they had a little bit more competitive game last week, I might be a little more to say LA because this is the first game in LA in 22 years.
Hey, yeah,
those fans are going to be
losing.
rocking.
They're still losing.
But yeah, I mean, unless there were just something totally crazy turnaround with LA, because they just did not look like they even showed up. And Seattle had a very narrow victory. They know they can't keep playing like that. I think they're going to come out a little bit better. Yeah, got to give it to Seattle. Unfortunately, LA, you're going to lose your home opener. But hopefully there's some promise for you.
Yep.
Green Bay at Minnesota, and this is the Sunday night game. Was it me?
Yes, it's you, man. Who
my
did you
bad,
pick for
sorry.
mine? No, you're good. Green Bay, Minnesota, go.
Green Bay, Minnesota. This one was also a tough one. It's just so hard for me to commit to Minnesota until we know what they got at quarterback. They didn't even play Sam Bradford, which was...
He's supposed to be playing this week,
Is it
supposedly. They're supposed to be playing in week 2.
It's understandable
so-
they didn't play him because they
Yeah.
just got him the week before. But, I mean, until Sam Bradford gets in there and if he does good, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, I think this will just be a very narrow victory with Green Bay. And, yeah, that's what I'm going with.
I'm going to give it to Minnesota, and it's for the sheer fact that I just think they're going to go out there. It's a divisional game. They need to win it because it's going to help them later on. I mean, it's Minnesota's game. I really think so. Green Bay, I think, is still getting back in line with all their players back. They're not going to be able to beat it. It's going to be Minnesota. The Vikings, Adrian Peterson's going to show up. I think Bradford's going to do some things that we haven't seen from Bradford because we know he can throw. Nobody can doubt that. And now he can hand off to a good running back, one that he truly hasn't had. You can see the Eagles, he had Murray and Sproles. They weren't running a conventional system there.
Yeah.
Hence why Murray never put up good numbers.
Yep. I agree.
So I think this could be a good time to really begin to see some things click. I think this is Minnesota's game.
Oh, and I forgot this was going to be we predict the score, right?
Yes, it's a score game. I'm going to go ahead. You look first. Go ahead and give a score.
I think I said Green Bay 24, Minnesota 21.
Oh,
Very tight.
24-21. All right. And I'm going to go with a 17-10.
17-10
I think
Minnesota.
the defenses will show up, and it's going to be, not high scoring, but not low scoring. 17-10.
All right. Actually, now it's you.
Oh, yep. Philly at Chicago, Monday night. This seems to me to be a disappointing Monday night.
Yeah.
This should be a good game. I mean, Eagles did win. They pulled out a win. But you do have Chicago. I'm going Philly. I gotta go Philly. The Chicago Bears, to me, they feel done. I guess they showed up more than LA.
Yeah. Yes. About everybody did.
Yes, yeah, every team showed up better than LA, but I still say Philly's going to win this one. You're going to Chicago, and they're just going to kind of breeze on through and go a quiet 2-0.
I agree, but this is one that is kind of like, is Philadelphia that same, like, they could be in that category, like, they do good one week and then not good the next week, and they're not in Philly. That's a big boost for them. But I said before, I think Chicago is a bigger mess than what people think. If I lose, I won't be surprised, but I'm going to go with Philly, and I'm going to go with a tight victory of 16-13.
That's right, I didn't pick my scores. You know what? I'm going to go with a tighter victory and say 10-7.
10-7.
10-7.
Really dull.
Yeah, it's going to be a dull. I have a feeling it's going to be a dull game. Good defensive game for those of you that like defensive games.
Yeah, those are sometimes are fun.
10-7. And that's where we're at. We will see where we stand next week on the Basement Bar Talk with Blake T. Arena.
And Tyler Bennett. I got 3 games to make up, so let's see what I can do.
All right, let's see how far I can take this lead. Till next time, we're awesome. You can cut that out.